Hello everyone. In this video today we are going to learn trigonometry exercise 11.1. So look at the question. In right angle triangle ABC, 8 centimeters, 15 centimeter and 17 centimeters are the lengths of AB, BC and CA respectively. Then find the values of sin A, cos A and tan A. He said clearly right angle triangle. So now I am drawing one right angle triangle ABC. But in the question he didn't mention that where the right angle is there. So we need to make clear idea where the right angle is there exactly based on the given measurements. Already we know in a right angle triangle the hypotenuse is the longest side. So of all the given three measurements, the longest one is 17. So obviously 17 will become the hypotenuse. Next, 8 centimeters, 15 centimeters and 17 are the lengths of AB, BC and CA. 8 centimeters is for AB, 15 is for BC and 17 is for CA. So this is 17 means this is A, this is C. CA measurement is 17 centimeters. So this AC completed means now right angle is at B. Now BC measurement, that is second one is 15 centimeters and the first one is obviously 8 centimeters. Then what he is asking, then find sin A, cos A, tan A. First let us find sin A value from the figure. Sin A, sin is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse. He is mentioning particularly about the angle A, so we need to find for that angle A only. For angle A the opposite is 15 divided by hypotenuse 17. So sin A is equals to 15 by 17. Next, cos A again for the same angle A only. So for the angle A, cos is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. So for A, adjacent is 8 divided by hypotenuse 17. Next, tan A. Tan A is nothing but opposite by adjacent for the particular angle A. So for angle A, opposite 15 divided by for the angle A adjacent 8. So tan A is 15 by 8. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, the next question is the sides of a right angle triangle PQR are PQ is equals to 7 centimeters, PR equals to 25 centimeters and angle Q is 90 degrees. So he clearly mentioned we have a right angle triangle PQR. Q is 90 degrees, so this will be Q, so remaining are P and R. Next, measurements also given. PQ is 7. PQ is 7 centimeters. PR 25 centimeters. PR is 25 centimeters. And we need to find the value of tan P minus tan R. So before going to find this, first let us find the QR side. So I will find this QR side by using the Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square, that is PR square, is equals to first side square PQ square plus second side square QR square. PR is 25, so 25 square is equals to PQ 7 square plus QR don't know, so as it is QR. Now 25 square 625 is equals to 7 square 49 plus QR square. Now I want QR square, so take 49 to this side. So QR square is equals to 625 minus 49. So QR square is equals to 625 minus 49 is nothing but 576. So QR square is 576. Then QR is equals to under root 576. That is nothing but 24 centimeters. So we got the QR value as 24. Now he is asking to find the value of tan P minus tan R. So first is for the angle P. For angle P, tan is nothing but opposite by adjacent. So for P, the opposite is 24. 24 divided by adjacent. For angle P, the adjacent is 7. So 24 by 7 minus. Next he is asking about tan R. So for angle R, tan is nothing but opposite by adjacent. So opposite will become 7. Adjacent will become 24. So 7 by 24. Here both the denominators are different. So let us make the LCM. 24 into 7. 7 4s are 28. 8 to 168. 24 into 24 576 minus 7 into 7 49, which is equals to, so 527 divided by 168. This is the value of tan P minus tan R. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, the next question is, in a right angle triangle ABC with right angle at B. So we have one right angle triangle ABC, and he clearly mentioned that right angle is at B. So this is B. The next will be A and C. Next, in which small a is equals to 24 units and small b is equals to 25 units. Before, opposite to the capital A, small a, opposite to the capital B, small b, opposite to the capital C, small c. So small a is given as 24 units and small b is given as 25 units and c is not given, so we need to find this c. Next, and angle BAC, this angle is mentioned as theta. So before finding this tan theta and cos theta, let us find this AB measurement. So let us apply the Pythagoras theorem first. AC square hypotenuse square is equals to AB square first side square plus BC square second side square. AC is given as 25, so 25 square. AB we don't know, so I am writing as it is AB square plus BC is 24, so 24 square. 25 square 625 is equals to AB square plus 24 square 576. We want AB square value, so take 576 this side. AB square is equals to 625 minus 576. AB square is equals to 625 minus 576, 49. AB square is 49, then AB value is root 49, nothing but 7. So AB is equals to 7. Now that AB nothing but small c value also we got, that is 7. Now he is asking to find the values of cos theta and tan theta. So let us find that. Cos theta. Already in the question itself he mentioned BAC angle is theta. So cos nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. For this theta, adjacent is 7 divided by hypotenuse is 25. 7 by 25. Next, tan theta. Tan theta is equals to opposite by adjacent. So for this theta, opposite is 24 divided by adjacent. For theta, adjacent is 7. So cos theta value is 7 by 25 and tan theta value is 24 by 7. Okay, let us move to the next question. Okay, the next question is, if cos A is equals to 12 by 13, then what are the values of sin A and tan A? So I will draw the figure first. Here he mentioned about angle A, so it means angle A is not 90 degrees. So somewhere here I am writing A and remaining I am writing as B and C. Next, cos is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. So for this particular angle A, adjacent will become this one AB, that is 12. Adjacent by hypotenuse, this is the hypotenuse. So first we need to find out this BC side. So okay, first let us find out this side. So I am applying Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square AC square is equals to first side BC square plus the second side AB square. AC is 13, so 13 square is equals to BC, we don't know, so BC square as it is, plus AB is 12 square. 13 square 169 is equals to BC square plus 12 square 144. We want BC square, so take 144 this side. So BC square is equals to 169 minus 144. So BC square is equals to 25. So BC square is 25, means BC value is nothing but under root 25. So root 25 is 5. So now BC also we got as 5 centimeters or 5 units or whatever it may be. Next, he is asking to find the values of sin A and tan A. So let us find out those two values. Sin A. For this angle A, we need to find sin is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse. So for this angle A, the opposite is 5 divided by hypotenuse is 13. So sin A value is 5 by 13. Next, tan A. Tan A is nothing but opposite by adjacent. For the angle A, opposite is 5 divided by, for the angle A, adjacent is 12. So tan A value is 5 by 12. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, the question is, if 3 tan A is equals to 4, then find the values of sin A and cos A. So 3 tan A is equals to 4. I will take 3 to the right side, so it will become tan A is equals to 4 by 3. Now I will draw the right angle triangle. Somewhere I am taking as A. So now tan is nothing but opposite by adjacent. So for this angle A, opposite is this side 4, adjacent is this side, so that is 3. Now I am writing remaining names also, this one B and this one C. So total triangle ABC. Now this is 3 is given, this is 4 is given. So first we need to find out this AC side. So let us apply the Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square is equals to first side square plus second side square. AC value we don't know, so as it is, AB is 3 square plus BC is 4 square. AC square is equals to 3 square 9 plus 4 square 16. AC square is equals to 25. AC square is equals to 25. Then AC value will be root 25, nothing but 5. So AC value, that is hypotenuse, we got as 5 units. Then he is asking to find the values of sin A and cos A. So let us find it out. Sin A value. So sin is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse for the angle A. For the angle A, opposite 4 divided by hypotenuse 5. Next, cos A. Cos is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. So for the particular angle A, angle A adjacent is 3 divided by hypotenuse is 5. So sin A is 4 by 5 and cos A is 3 by 5. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. In triangle ABC and triangle XYZ, if angle A and angle X are acute angles such that cos A is equals to cos X, then show that angle A is equals to angle X. So we have two triangles ABC and XYZ. One right angle triangle ABC and one right angle triangle XYZ. So he clearly mentioned that A and X both are acute. So except A and X remaining any angle we can take it as 90 degrees. So ABC and XYZ. Now we have two triangles. One is ABC triangle and one is XYZ triangle. Next, he gave that cos A is equals to cos X. Cos A is equals to cos X. Now, cos is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. So, for the angle A, adjacent will become this AB side. So, AB divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is AC is equals to cos X. Cos is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse for the angle X. For angle X, the adjacent will be XY divided by hypotenuse will be XZ. So now what I will do, these two answers are equal to some constant K. AB by AC is equals to XY by XZ is equals to some constant K. Now what I will do, I will find the ratios of these bases. Base of the first triangle, that is BC, divided by base of the second triangle YZ. I am finding the ratio of the bases of these two triangles. So now if we apply the Pythagoras theorem for this first triangle, AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. That is AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. So from this we want BC. So BC we want. So let us bring AB square this side. AC square minus AB square is equals to BC square. Then BC will become under root AC square minus AB square. Now this value BC is equals to under root AC square minus AB square value. I will use it here. BC is nothing but under root AC square minus AB square. The same way for the right side triangle also, YZ. YZ is equals to under root hypotenuse square, that is XZ square minus XY square. XZ square minus XY square. Okay, so we got the values of BC by YZ. So next thing what we need to do is, here we have one equation, right? That equation I will take now. AB by AC is equals to XY by XZ is equals to K. So now this first one I will take, that is AB by AC is equals to some constant K. This AC I will take this side. So we will get AB is equals to K into AC. Next, I will take these two again. That is XY by XZ is equals to K. So I will take this XZ this side. So we will get XY is equals to K into XZ. Now this AB value and XY value I will substitute here and here. So we have BC by YZ is equals to BC by YZ is equals to under root AC square minus AB square whole divided by under root XZ square minus XY square we have. So now in the place of AB I will substitute this K into AC, which is equals to under root AC square minus AB value is K into AC, then AB square will become K square AC square divided by under root XZ square minus, in the place of XY I will write K into XZ, so it will become K square into XZ square. Now which is equals to under root From the numerator as well as from the from the numerator, I will take out AC square common. So if we take out AC square common, we remains with 1 minus k square. The same way, from the denominator, I will take xz square common. So if we take xz square common, we will remains with 1 minus k square. So for the numerator we have square root as well as for the denominator also square root is there. So I will take out the total as a single. So we remains with AC square into 1 minus k square divided by xz square into 1 minus k square. So in the numerator 1 minus k square, in the denominator 1 minus k square will get cancelled. So we remains with under root AC square by xz square. Under root AC square by xz square. Now under root, for numerator square is there, for denominator square is there. So let us take that common. So AC by xz whole square. Square and square root both will get cancelled. So we remains with AC by xz. AC by xz. So now if we observe the previous equation which we have, that is AB by AC is equals to xy by xz, by xz. So I will do small modifications in this, that is I will take AC this side and I will bring xy this side. So we will get AB divided by xy is equals to AC divided by xz. Now only we got this AC by xz. This AC by xz is nothing but BC by YZ. Here AC by xz is nothing but BC by YZ. So here also we have AC by xz, that AC by xz is nothing but BC by YZ. So finally we got to one conclusion. Let us check this now, what we got exactly with the figures which we have. Let us check these figures. So here if we observe this clearly, we have AB by XY. AB is the left side, XY is the left side. Left side by left side is equals to AC by XZ. AC hypotenuse by XZ hypotenuse is equals to BC by YZ, base divided by base. Left side by left side is equals to hypotenuse by hypotenuse is equals to base by base. It means all the three corresponding sides are in the same ratio. If all the three sides are in the same ratio, then we can say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle. So triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ. If two triangles are similar to each other, then the corresponding angles are equal. It means angle A is equals to angle X, as well as angle C is equals to angle Z. So we need to show angle X is equals to angle X. So these two are similar triangles. So corresponding angles are equal to each other. So angle A is equals to angle X. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, if you look at the next question, the question is given cot theta is equals to 7 by 8. Then find the following. So the first question is given as 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta whole divided by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Now if we observe the numerator, 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta. This is a plus b into a minus b. That will become a square minus b square. The same way, denominator if we observe, 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta, that is a plus b into a minus b. A plus b into a minus b is nothing but a square minus b square. So 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta will become 1 square minus cos square theta. Now we have three identities. In that, the first identity is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So what I will do, I will take this sin square to the right side. We will get cos square theta is equals to 1 minus sin square theta. Next, the same identity I am writing again, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. Now I will take cos square theta to the right side. So we will get sin square theta is equals to 1 minus cos square theta. So 1 minus, sorry here square, 1 minus sin square theta is nothing but cos square theta. So in the place of 1 minus sin square theta, I will write cos square theta divided by 1 minus cos square theta. 1 minus cos square theta is nothing but sin square theta. So in the place of 1 minus cos square theta, I am writing sin square theta. Next, for the numerator square is there, for the denominator square is there. So I will write it as a common, that is cos theta by sin theta whole square. Next, cos theta by sin theta is nothing but cot theta. We want cot theta whole square. So already in the question itself he gave cot theta value as 7 by 8. So then we need to find out the cot theta whole square value. Cot theta is given as 7 by 8 whole square. 7 by 8 whole square is nothing but 7 square by 8 square. 7 square 49 divided by 8 square 64. This is the first question answer in that. Next, one more second question is there, that is what is the value of 1 plus sin theta by cos theta? The second question is what is the value of 1 plus sin theta divided by cos theta? So the first question is given as cot theta is equals to 7 by 8. So first I will draw the triangle for this. Now this one I am taking as theta. So cot is nothing but adjacent by opposite. So for theta, this is the adjacent and this will become the opposite. Now we need to find out the hypotenuse. So that hypotenuse I am taking as some constant x. So we will get x square is equals to 8 square plus 7 square. So x square is equals to 8 square 64 plus 7 square 49. So x square is equals to 113. So x is nothing but root 113. So x value is nothing but under root 113. So then what exactly is asking in the question then? What are the values of 1 plus sin theta by cos theta? 1 plus sin theta. Sin is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse. So for this theta, opposite is 8, hypotenuse is root 113. So we will get 8 by root 113 whole divided by cos theta. Cos theta is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse, that is 7 by root 113. So we will get 7 by root 113. Now if we solve the numerator, we will get root 113 into 1, root 113 plus 8 divided by root 113 whole divided by 7 by root 113. Here root 113 will get cancelled. So we remains with root 113 plus 8 whole divided by 7. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, the next question is in a right angle triangle ABC, right angle is at B. So we have one right angle triangle ABC and he mentioned clearly that right angle is at B, so this will become B. So remaining will be A and C. Next, if tan A is equals to root 3, tan A is equals to root 3. This root 3 I will write it as root 3 by 1. Tan is nothing but opposite by adjacent for angle A. So for angle A, the opposite will be root 3 and adjacent will be 1. So now we need to find out the third side, that is AC. So if we apply the Pythagoras theorem, AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. AC value we don't know, so I am writing it as it is. AC square is equals to AB is 1, so 1 square plus BC is root 3, so root 3 square. AC square is equals to 1 square is 1 plus square root and square will get cancelled, so remains with 3. AC square is equals to 1 plus 3, 4. Then AC is equals to root 4, nothing but 2. So the value of the hypotenuse is 2 units. Then he is asking two questions. See that again. The first question is sin A into cos C. Sin is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse. Here he is mentioning about angle A, so let us discuss about that angle A only particularly. So for angle A, opposite is root 3 and hypotenuse is 2. So we will get root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 into next cos C. Cos is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. Here is mentioning about angle C. So for angle C, adjacent is root 3 and hypotenuse is 2. So we will get root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. Next plus. He is asking about again cos A. Cos is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. So we want particularly angle A. So angle A, cos adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is 1, hypotenuse is 2. 1 by 2 into next sin C. So for sin is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse. For angle C, opposite is 1, hypotenuse is 2. So we will get 1 by 2. Now if we solve it, root 3 into root 3, 3 by 2 into 2, 4 plus 1 into 1, 1 by 2 into 2, 4. Here both the denominators are same, so we can add the numerators, that is 3 plus 1, 4. 4 by 4 is nothing but 1. So next, in this only one more second question is there, so let us look at that second question also. That second question is cos A. Cos A. Cos is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. For angle A is speaking about. So angle A, adjacent is 1, hypotenuse is 2. So we will get 1 by 2 into next cos C. Cos is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. So he is speaking particularly about C. Adjacent is root 3, hypotenuse is 2. So adjacent by hypotenuse root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 minus next we have sin A, sin C. Sin A, sin opposite by hypotenuse. For A, opposite is root 3, hypotenuse is 2. So we will get root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 into next sin C. Sin opposite by hypotenuse. Here is speaking about C. So for C, opposite 1, hypotenuse 2. So we will get 1 by 2. 1 into root 3. Root 3 by 2 into 2, 4 minus root 3 into 1. Root 3 divided by 2 into 2, 4. Root 3 by 4 minus root 3 by 4 is nothing but 0. So by this problem, we came to the end of exercise 11.1, that is first exercise of trigonometry. Let us move to the second exercise. Okay, before going to the second exercise, till now if you didn't subscribe to my channel, subscribe it for more videos. Okay, let's have a look at the exercise 11.2. The first question is evaluating. The given question is sine 45 degrees plus cos 45 degrees. Sine 45 1 by root 2 plus cos 45 1 by root 2. Here both the denominators are same, so add the numerators. 1 plus 1 2, 2 by root 2. Now that numerator root 2 I will write it as root 2 into root 2 whole divided by denominator root 2. So root 2 will get cancelled. We finally remains with root 2. So the value of sine 45 plus cos 45 is nothing but root 2. Okay, let's move to the next question. What is the value of cos 45 divided by secant 30 plus cosecant 60? So cos 45 1 by root 2 whole divided by secant 30 2 by root 3 plus cosecant 60 2 by root 3. Here I will write this total numerator as it is, that is 1 by root 2 whole divided by, in this denominator again we have two terms which are having the same denominators, that is root 3. I will add the numerators 2 plus 2, 4. So we got 1 by root 2 whole divided by 4 by root 3. Now I will write the numerator as it is, that is 1 by root 2 into this total denominator will become reciprocal, that is root 3 by 4. So we will get the final value as 1 into root 3. Root 3 by root 2 into 4. 4 times root 2. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, the next question is, what is the value of sine 30 plus tan 45 minus cosecant 60 whole divided by cot 45 plus cos 60 minus secant 30. So let us substitute the values. Sine 30 1 by 2 plus tan 45 1 minus cosecant 60 2 by root 3 whole divided by cot 45 1 plus cos 60 1 by 2 minus secant 30 2 by root 3. Now if we observe the numerator denominator clearly, 1 by 2 is there, 1 by 2 is there, 1 is there, 1 is there, minus 2 by root 3 is there, minus 2 by root 3 is there. It means total numerator is same as the total denominator. It means total numerator denominator will get cancelled. So we remains with answer 1. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, the next question is, what is the value of 2 tan square 45 plus cos square 30 minus sin square 60? So 2 tan square 45 is nothing but tan 45 whole square plus cos square 30 is nothing but cos 30 whole square minus sin square 60 is nothing but sin 60 whole square. 2 into tan 45 1 square plus cos 30 root 3 by 2 whole square minus sin 60 root 3 by 2 whole square. 1 square is 1, 1 into 2, 2 plus. Now the square is applicable for numerator as well as denominator. So let us separate that. Root 3 whole square by 2 square minus root 3 by 2 whole square can be written as root 3 whole square divided by 2 square. So we will get 2 plus root 3 square 3 by 2 square 4 minus root 3 square 3 by 2 square 4 plus 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4 will get cancelled. So we remains with 2. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, the next question is, what is the value of secant square 60 minus tan square 60 divided by sin square 30 plus cos square 30? Now, okay, here secant square 60 can be written as secant 60 whole square minus tan square 60 can be written as tan 60 whole square divided by sin square 30 can be written as sin 30 whole square plus cos square 30 can be written as cos 30 whole square. Next, secant 60, that is 2 whole square minus tan 60 root 3 whole square whole divided by sin 30 1 by 2 whole square plus cos 30 root 3 by 2 whole square. Now 2 square is 4 minus root 3 square is 3 divided by 1 by 2 whole square 1 by 4 plus root 3 by 2 whole square 3 by 4. Here in the denominator again these two denominators are same, so if we add that we will get 1 plus 3 4 4 by 4 1 4 minus 3 1, so we will get 1 by 1. The final answer is 1. Okay, let's move to the next question. He gave option A, B, C, D 4 options. From these 4 options we need to pick one which will be correct suitable for this solution. So 2 into tan 30 1 by root 3 whole divided by 1 plus tan square 45 tan 45 square, tan 45 is 1, so 1 square. 2 into 1 by root 3, that is 2 by root 3 whole divided by 1 square 1, so 1 plus 1 2. So these 2 will get cancelled, so we remains with 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is the value of tan 30. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, the next question is 1 minus tan square 45 divided by 1 plus tan square 45. 1 minus tan square 45 is nothing but tan 45 whole square. So tan 45 is 1 square by 1 plus tan square 45 1 square. 1 square is nothing but 1 minus 1 0 by 1 plus 1 2 0 by anything 0. So the answer is D. Okay, let's move to the next question. The next question is 2 times tan 30 divided by 1 minus tan square 30. 2 into tan 30 1 by root 3 whole divided by 1 minus tan square 30 1 by root 3 whole square. 2 into 1 by root 3 2 by root 3 whole divided by 1 minus 1 by root 3 whole square 1 by 3. So now this total numerator I am writing as it is, that is 2 by root 3 whole divided by 3 ones are 3 minus 1 2 by 3. Now this total numerator as it is, that is 2 by root 3 into this denominator will become reciprocal as 3 by 2. So 2 will get cancelled, we remains with 3 by root 3. Now this 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3 whole divided by root 3. Here root 3 will get cancelled, so we remains with root 3. So root 3 is the value of tan 60. So tan 60 is the correct option. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, the next question is evaluate sin 60 into cos 30 plus sin 30 into cos 60. Then what is the value of sin of 60 plus 30? What can you conclude from these two? So first I am going with that first one, that is sin 60 cos 30 plus sin 30 cos 60. Let us substitute the values. Sin 60 root 3 by 2 into cos 30 root 3 by 2 plus sin 30 1 by 2 into cos 60 1 by 2 root 3 into root 3 3 by 2 into 2 4 plus 1 into 1 1 by 2 into 2 4. So now here both the denominators are same, so we can add the numerators. 3 plus 1 4. 4 will get cancelled, so we remains with 1. Next, then what is the value of sin of 60 plus 30? Sin of 60 plus 30. So sin 60 plus 30 is nothing but 90. The value of sin 90 is 1. This is also 9, so this is also 9. So from these two, what we can conclude? Sin of 60 plus 30, sin of 60 plus 30 is equals to sin 60 cos 30 plus sin 30 cos 60. That is sin 60 cos 30 plus sin 30 cos 60. If we write the formula for this, sin of A plus B formula. Sin of A plus B is equals to sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Sin of 60 plus 30 is equals to sin 60 cos 30 plus sin 30 cos 60. Okay, let us move to the next question. Okay, the next question is it right to say cos of 60 plus 30 is equals to cos 60 cos 30 minus sin 60 sin 30? First, let us take this LHS, that is cos of 60 plus 30. Cos of 60 plus 30. 60 plus 30 is nothing but 90. So cos 90 is nothing but 0. Next, I will take the RHS, that is cos 60 cos 30 minus sin 60 sin 30. Cos 60 1 by 2 into cos 30 root 3 by 2 minus sin 60 root 3 by 2 into sin 30 1 by 2. 1 into root 3 by 2 into 2 4 minus root 3 into 1 root 3 by 2 into 2 4. Root 3 by 4 minus root 3 by 4 will get cancelled, so we remains with 0. So here also these two answers are equal. So from this we can conclude cos of 60 plus 30 is equals to cos 60 cos 30 minus sin 60 sin 30. If we write the formula regarding this question, that is cos of A plus B is equals to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Okay, let us move to the next question. Okay, if you look at the next question, in right angle triangle PQR, right angle is at Q. So we have one right angle triangle PQR where right angle is at Q. So PQR is there. Next, PQ is equals to 6 centimeters. This PQ is given as 6 centimeters. And angle RPQ, this angle is given as 60 degrees. Then he is asking the values of QR this side as well as PR hypotenuse. So here one angle is given. So by using that angle, trigonometric ratios or trigonometric values, we can find out the remaining sides. So let us check how to find out that. Here for this 60 degrees, this will become the opposite side and this will become the adjacent side. So which trigonometric ratio will be considered if we have opposite as well as adjacent? Nothing but a tan. So I will take tan 60. Tan 60 is equals to opposite QR by adjacent PQ. Tan 60 is root 3. So root 3 is equals to QR by PQ is given as 6. Now this 6 I will take to the right side, it will become multiplication. So we will get QR is equals to 6 into root 3. So we got one side. Next, again for that 60 degrees, this 6 will become adjacent and this PR will become hypotenuse. Adjacent hypotenuse, cos. So cos 60 is equals to adjacent is 6 by hypotenuse we don't know, that is PR. Cos 60 value is 1 by 2 is equals to 6 by PR. If we do cross multiply, PR into 1 PR is equals to 6 into 12. So PR value is 12. One hypotenuse is 12 units and QR, that is 6 times root 3. Okay, let's move to the next question. In triangle XYZ, right angle is at Y. We have one right angle triangle XYZ where the right angle is at Y. So XZ and remaining. Next, YZ is small x. This YZ is small x. XZ is 2x. This hypotenuse is 2x. And we need to find the two angles, that is YXZ, this angle, and YZX, this angle. So by using these two sides, one is x and one is 2x, we need to find these two angles. So let us find those angles. Okay, now if we take this angle x, that is YXZ, angle YXZ, if I take, for this x, this will become the opposite and this will become the hypotenuse. So that is opposite hypotenuse. Which ratio will be there according to opposite and hypotenuse? That is sine. So I will take sine x is equals to opposite is small x divided by hypotenuse is 2x. So x will get cancelled. So we remains with 1 by 2. Sine x is equals to 1 by 2. For which angle of sine value is 1 by 2? That is 30 degrees. So x is equals to 30 degrees. Sine 30 is nothing but 1 by 2. So x value is 30 degrees. Now this x value we got as 30 degrees. Already we know sum of all the angles in a right angle triangle or else any triangle is 180 degrees. So this is already we know right angle. So it means 90 degrees. 90 plus 30, 120. So obviously this z angle will be 60 degrees because sum of the all angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, the next question is it correct to say that sine of A plus B is equals to sine A plus sine B? Then justify that answer. Okay, let us check once. First LHS I am taking, that is sine of A plus B. So here any angle is not given, so I will only take my own some angle. That is angle A I am taking as 30 degrees and angle B I am taking it as 45 degrees. So let us check once. Sine of A plus B is equals to sine of 30 plus 45 is 75, but sine 75 we don't know. So let us check the small one. I am taking this as 60 degrees. Okay, 30 plus 60 now. 30 plus 60. So we will get sine 30 plus 60 is nothing but 90 degrees. Sine 90. 1. Next, I will take the RHS, that is sine A plus sine B. Sine A plus sine B. Sine A angle we took as 30 degrees. So 30 plus sine B value we took as 60 degrees. So sine 30 1 by 2 plus sine 60 root 3 by 2. Here both the denominators are same. So we can add the numerators, that is 1 plus root 3. Now if we compare these two answers, 1 and 1 plus root 3 by 2, both are not equal. 1 is not equal to 1 plus root 3 by 2. So from this we can conclude that sine of A plus B is not equals to sine A plus sine B. So it is not correct to say sine of A plus B is equals to sine A plus sine B. Okay, till now if you didn't subscribe to my channel, subscribe for more videos. Thank you.